We'll just do it live.
Hello. Do not attempt to adjust your TV screens. My name is J Bear, and this is a takeover. You see, I'm a panda. Big appetite. I need plenty of food. Immediately. And I will not relinquish control of your computer until my needs are met. What I want all of you to do is go to your refrigerator right now. Empty the contents. Put it in a styrofoam container with a block of dry ice. Mail it to me immediately. Until you do so, I will not return control of your computer back to you. You will have to sit and watch this horrible show. By the way, if you have any brat children, you might want to tell them to leave the room. Because tonight, there's going to be 2 maniacs on your screen. By the way, I know both of these guys. Complete jackasses. You might want to send the kids to bed early. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, also if your grandma lives with you, you might want to tell her to move her rocking chair out to the porch. Again, send food, and also get ready for a night of laughs and wild conversation. No, I wasn't talking about the host of this show. I'm talking about me. I'm going to be enjoying my own company this evening. So I don't know why I included you in that, but anyway. Well, back to my mailbox. I'm just going to be waiting for the grub to arrive. Thanks again. Yeah.
Turn up the volume. Pump it up. Do it for Sherman. By the way, I got the sense that Joel doesn't believe my story about Sherman grabbing the power cord. He can grab things with his teeth, too. Sherman can open doors with his little paws.
You'll also grab food right off your plate.
He has stolen many a meal off people's plates. He's a pizza thief. Steals hamburgers and french fries.
Speaking of pizza thieves, I want to say thank you to Buyer Ashley. She sent us some pizza money. That was pretty fun. I have come to a decision on this whole Patreon thing. And I've decided that if we get any more support on donations to the Patreon, PayPal and stuff, I'm going to actually look up and I'm going to start eBaying. I'm going to start buying some of this useless crap that we've been scouring the internet for Mandela effect evidence. You know, like the Euro Club, for example. You know, like I'm going to actually buy one and then test it out. Maybe live on air. I'm not really sure. But maybe like the comfort wand. I'd like to get one of those and do an actual review on it.
Joel, are you talking about the butt stick?
The butt stick, that's right. Nothing
okay, if you weren't around last episode, people, he's talking about a toilet brush that you can wipe your butt with. He wants money to buy one of those, and then he's going to demonstrate it. Demonstrate the butt stick. I vote no.
Probably. Look, we got to know. I mean, there's a possibility that these items are perfectly usable in an alternative timeline. And perhaps now that we've slid into the Berenstain timeline, things like the comfort wand or the potty putter, that was another really good one. I thought was very innovative and far ahead of its time. The potty putter was a good one. And Wow, what an episode that was. There was just Mandela effects.
Potty
left and right.
putter is a urinal and a golf stick all in one.
It was great. So,
It's a pee tube. You can pee through a tube. Well, Tom already pee through a tube.
anyway,
Yeah.
all that aside, I'm scared. This is going sideways already tonight. The topic up for discussion tonight in our live chat, by the way, hi live chat, is the MKUltra program. Tom, have you ever heard of this thing before, the MKUltra program? Have you ever even heard of this?
No, I only heard of the MK Normal program. I didn't know there was an advanced edition.
Well, anyways, we're going to push it to the limits here tonight. We're going to throw the throttles all the way forward on tonight's Shadowcast and hope for the best. I want to thank everyone again.
Shoot it into turbo.
Absolutely.
Use the turbo boosters. No, don't push the button. Too late.
The purpose of the MKUltra program was actually a deal that our insanely wise federal government decided to come up with in partnership with the Department of Defense. It was an Army program and the Office of Science. Let me pull this thing up here real quick so I can share this with y'all. But yeah, this is something that we actually spend taxpayer money on to use and abuse people, pump them full of drugs, and
I voted to you. That's what I voted for.
Well, I mean, it's just funny how this ends up working out. It's like, you think you're paying for roads and public infrastructure or something or whatever, and it's like, no, you're paying to slip LSD into the well of people over there in France just to see what they do. It's come to think of it, it's probably something that I would do if I was given that kind of power and authority over people. But for right now, I'm going to sit back and complain about it like I'm against it. So,
well, all joking aside, Joel, in a way, yes, tax money was used for these programs, but it's also noted that it's not like there was government oversight. It's not like your congressman was getting reports on these projects. It's not like your city commissioner read a piece of paper and checked a box and said, all right, we'll put some LSD in the water and see what happens. And so this is something that went beyond the norms of what you would even call government. So you could basically just throw that word out the window. Right?
I'm fixing your audio, Tom. Guys, I apologize. Live chat, you let me down. You should let me know it was that bad. Oh, wow.
What was the audio messed up?
Yeah, how is that, guys? This is, again, my
I'm
apologies.
sorry.
This is the first time running
By
the
the way,
software.
guys, thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient.
Live chat, what do you think? Is Tom's audio better? I know you guys are saying he was real low. I just checked over. I saw that something was messed up in the settings. I think I fixed it. How is it? Is it any better? I hope it is. I think it is. We should be good to go. All right. Stitcheroo says he's up there. There he is. Yeah. So, researching this is interesting because there's so many actual projects that so many different programs that fell under the name of the MKUltra program. There was a lot of really clandestine research that was carried out that actually happened. A lot of stuff that people would you would hear about this, and then people's gut knee-jerk reaction is going to be able to say, well, that just sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory. Well, it is crazy, and it was a conspiracy, but it wasn't a theory. Stuff actually happened. Doing research for the show, I think a lot of people would probably maybe the first thing that comes to people's minds would be like, if you're a fan of that show, what was it, Stranger Things? That was basically centered around a lot of these shenanigans that has its basis in reality, how they actually would experiment on people. Tom, did I lose you? You still there?
Joel,
there you are.
Your audio seemed garbled a little bit.
Yeah, you completely disappeared there for a second. I think that your internet or my internet was hallucinating, like a nice MKUltra dream. All right.
Well, you sound great now.
Okay, I'm not just gonna push
Um,
through it. I think that we might have little hiccups like that, but all in all, I think this is a much better platform. Live chat. What do you guys think? Is the audio quality? I know the video quality is way better. When we ran our intro, that was so much better. We want to kind of polish this a little bit more and kind of turn this into more of a regular show. So when we find better software, we're gonna take it and run with it. All right, I think
for
we're
the
good.
audience that doesn't know what the MK Ultra program was, the idea is that government and military people were going to experiment on an unwilling and unknowing public. They're going to use innocent people as basically guinea pigs for various experiments, the most famous of which is experimenting with mind altering substances and chemicals. And people were subjected to experiments that they did not volunteer for. And in some cases, people went crazy. In some cases, people's lives were irreparably damaged. And it would be some time later before it would be revealed that they were being used and observed.
So this happened for almost 30. Oh, Tom, do you have any headphones you can put on? I'm getting a little bit of a.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, throw some headphones on. Tom brings up a good point. You wouldn't really expect, this happened to people. This was a real thing, and you got to imagine that there was people out there trying to. There was people out there that were complaining to the authorities about, hey, this is something that's happening. I'm sure there was plenty of people over that 30-year period that were told, hey, you're crazy. There's no such thing as what's happening here. Our government would never do anything like that. But, it kind of harkens back to, this isn't really something, if you ask me, that just necessarily maybe it was given a name in the 1950s, but this kind of thing certainly existed well back, what was it, like even into human experimentation at the hands of the U.S. government goes way back. I mean, you think about the
They were
Tuskegee.
doing it in World War II.
Oh, they were doing it even before
Yeah.
that. I mean, the Tuskegee experimentation where they were giving black Americans, purposefully infecting them with syphilis. Something like 800 men were purposefully infected by the U.S. government with syphilis. Hey, it's a bad enough thing getting it accidentally. But holy crap, when your government's out to get you, what does that have to say? But Tom, we were looking at this through the. Let's pull up the Wikipedia here so people can kind of get a glamour of what we're looking at here, and pull this over here.
You wanted to give them a glamour of it.
Yeah, a glimmer of the glamour of the MKUltra program. One thing that sticks out in my mind, whatever, is the.
It stuck out.
Yeah, I mean, as part of what they were doing, they wanted to figure out how to coerce people into doing their bidding, whether it's falsely copying to something that, basically confessions, stuff like that. There's plenty of dirt. If you guys actually go into and doing the research of the MKUltra program, it starts opening up so many different questions as to what's actually going on out there. MKUltra.
So I also wanted to backdrop this by saying this was largely Cold War, in which ostensibly some of these methods were going to be used on Soviet counterparts. I don't think that was the actual use. I'm just saying, if you're wondering how could people have gone along with this, with things this extreme and this ordinary, it may have been presented in some circles as we're going to be using this on Soviet operatives.
Well, absolutely, that's something they're going to be hiding behind that idea. It's an easy thing to hide behind, especially at the height of the Cold War like that. The thing is, one thing that really stuck out with me is that they were studying coerciveness through physical and sexual abuse. It wasn't just the good time party drugs that the CIA was paying for everybody. It was actual torture that they were inflicting on real human beings in order to figure out what makes us tick and how to get one up over on us. And tonight we're going to be looking into this, and we're going to see how this actually ties in with some of the worst infomercials possible. We're going to be looking for hard evidence and the never-ending search for truth and answers here that you're going to find on the Shadowcast. Literally nobody else on the internet's going to tell you the truth about anything. That's why you come here for us, and you know we promise to offer you nothing but the absolute truth, and no media spin, nothing like that. If you just come over to hit this like and subscribe button, and all you have to do for your news and entertainment is just watch our YouTube channel, and you'll find out about things that you wish you never even seen before.
Do you know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you saw the episode of X-Files where Agent Mulder was acting like he was super stressed out, and he even punched Skinner. He punched A.D. Skinner, and he had to be removed from the FBI building. They dragged him out. Well, he was really depressed. He was really upset, and he was in his apartment one night, and he saw someone running. He looked out the window, and he saw someone running away. And he went downstairs, and then he saw that someone had climbed out through a window of the building, and he went down to the basement, and the water line that went to his apartment had been hooked up to a pump that was dispensing LSD and other hallucinogenics into his water. And that's what was causing his behavior to be altered and more extreme than usual.
And that's the type of thing that makes shows like the X-Files worth watching to me, is because they're rooted, you know, it's a fictional tale, of course, but I mean it's rooted in something that's actually real. The thing that really gets me is that, you know, it wasn't just U.S. citizens, it was also Canadian citizens, but I also know that there was documentation of an entire small town's water supply in a small town in France was actually laced with LSD because they just wanted to see what was going to happen. And of course, a bunch of people went crazy, and it wasn't that great of a deal, but you can look that up. It's something you can check out. The thing is,
they also experimented with South Americans. There was entire villages in South America where people were infected with diseases, various contagions.
It was a broad
biological weapons, where they justified it by the reasoning that they needed to know if the Soviets used biological weapons on Americans, what would it look like? What would the effects be? And so they experimented by dropping these sort of things on entire towns in South America during the 70s and 80s.
This is something that people need to kind of that I think people should probably know about this, because this is something, you know, people are a lot of people, I shouldn't say people. A lot of people are
terrible. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of people are so quick to just dismiss anything when, you know, when anyone brings anything up about, you know, government shenanigans or things that are, you know, basically officially, you know, just turned a blind eye to. You know, the scope of MKULTRA, they admit to, we know that it was undertaken at least 80 institutions. We're talking about colleges, universities, hospital. Imagine going to a hospital and then, you know, you become someone's lab experiment, or a prison. And also the pharmaceutical companies were involved with this. Of course they were. Of course they were.
Expands well beyond military application. And I also need to insert that this went beyond government oversight.
There was a lot of downright illegal and unconstitutional things that happened in this. And this is why, like, you know, like, this is not a political show. Midwest Shadows, we keep things, you know, kind of fun and esoteric.
No, this is
you don't have to inject politics into this situation to see that it's
not a
really
political commentary.
it's just not a good idea to trust government at all. This is so silly to think that front companies were used, and I think that we are naive to think that to suggest that this has ever stopped, because there's actual money to be made in this as well. I don't think that it was completely about fighting the Russians.
No.
I think that it was about, there was all sorts of advantages to be gained, whether it's programming a patsy for an assassination, whether it's having someone, cop to something that they didn't actually do to alter, public perception, but any number of things that could also be used to make money with, to fund other dark projects with. When I was doing my research in this, one thing I found over and over again, and Wikipedia touches on it here about using the front organizations, is just how much that actually happened. What they would do for this front agency. Oh, let's see here. I have a printout on Subproject 27, and this was dated December of 1956. And if you actually go on the internet, you can look for this, and in the CIA archives, a lot of it's redacted. You see a lot of this stuff's blacked out, but you can actually go into the CIA archives. They admit to this. And this is why, people are going to say, oh, MKUltra, I heard that was some sort of a conspiracy theory. No, it's legit. It's legit. You can go and you can check this out for yourself. But this talks about basically they were researching hallucinogenic plants from down in Mexico. They would actually send people, they would pay for people to go all over the world to research, like what did the Nazis do in the Final Crusade? How they were going all over looking for the Ark of the Covenant because they wanted to have something that would give them an advantage. That's basically what the CIA did, is they were sending researchers all over the world to collect things for them for their research. And they did it through front companies. And what's funny is that they go through and they are very organized about it. They're very well organized in how they did this. But they go through and they talk about how it's going to be going through, like this is going to be going through Gesticker Fund for Medical Research Incorporated. They paid these guys as a front company to be able to do some of this research for them. And this is just one case out of God knows how many. And this is only what we actually know about the program. I mean, you can bet your hat that
these are forced disclosures. There was the Public Information Act that was done through lawsuit. So this wasn't saying, hey, let's just drop these documents because why not? This was forced in many cases against the will. And by the way, if this is the stuff that made it to the light of day, you have to wonder if this is what people know about, what do you not know about? I mean, you want to talk about being naive. Also, it need to be very clear about this. When you say people have difficulty processing this, well, how could the government be behind this? I say just drop the government. Just drop the government word out of everything, because when you're talking about the military industrial complex, they are not answering to anyone, especially you.
People make the mistake, I think, a lot of times, and it's not just about this kind of thing, but it's, they perceive life through the prism of their own existence. And so basically, you think, oh, well, this is impossible. How could nobody would ever be this evil? And how could people actually do this? And the thing is, it's like, well, you can't imagine that because maybe you aren't evil. Maybe you aren't a sociopath. But when you actually look into, kind of the mindset that the world elites, people that actually sit back and pull the strings and pay for things and manipulate unto their own ends, that's the mindset they have. They don't care about people. I mean, I'm just going by the evidence that they have printed up where they're under no, so when you poison the well of an entire town with LSD, you're basically saying, I don't care who's getting a huge dosage of LSD or whatever. I don't care. When you go in and you're doing things like this, you're basically just, you're showing a complete disregard for human life. But Tom, I gotta say, we're touching on that point, but to what end? Like, why would What's the point, Tom? What's the point of a program like this? Is it just exploring the depths of? I mean, to me, I think it's just gazing over the.
Well,
You're basically
so I
looking
have
at
a
just.
number of. Well, that may be the first question a person would ask, and I have a number of ideas regarding that. First of all, I'd like to say it is clandestine. It is not clear what is going on and what people are up to, and so it's something that you have to use deductive reasoning. By the way, this is something that was not even known to President of the United States. It was Gerald Ford back when he was a congressman who began investigating this. If you look at the Wikipedia page, it was his presidential commission that was investigating it. Excuse me, why would the president need to have people investigating what the government is doing? So that's why I'm saying drop the government label. By the way, Gerald Ford began his investigatory work as a congressman after his constituents by the hundreds reported seeing flying saucers. There was a major UFO event in his area in which literally hundreds and into the thousands of people reported seeing a UFO. And he demanded answers for this, and the government, quote unquote, was not forthcoming. And so this is where, by the way, Gerald Ford was the only United States president that was not elected.
Some people might suggest. Oh,
and
okay.
sent it to the president. So he was an outlier.
Well, Johnson wasn't elected either when he took over from JFK. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the only one.
Well, he was
but...
elected. Well, he was elected as a vice president, so he got the same votes that JFK did. So in a sense, he was elected. Gerald Ford was not elected to office, and that's why he was not part of the original plan. If there was a government plan for who was supposed to be sitting in the office of president, that's just an aside I wanted to throw in there. But he was also a UFO believer. He was someone who was very interested in UFOs and resented the resistance that he faced when he was the duly he felt he was entitled to know answers about UFOs and other secretive knowledge. And the people that were supposedly serving him as president did not offer any answers. I just wanted to throw that in there. As far as the practical application of the MKUltra program, I don't believe that it is a military usage.
I don't think it was necessarily. Well, I'm throwing up on the screen here for the audience to look. But 1955, and this is an unclassified document here. This is what the actual purpose of the program was. They were looking for substances which will promote illogical thinking and impulsiveness to the point where the recipient would be discredited in public. That would have obvious political uses right there, political and economic uses, because you could discredit large corporations by having their CEOs go off and take their pants off in public or something. Who knows? But they were also looking for.
By the way, things like that have happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just want to throw that in there.
But
these are things that have happened. People have gone bonkers inexplicably.
What's amazing here is that they did research into what would increase the efficiency of mentation is the word they use here, but basically making you smarter or dumber. Materials which cause the victim to age faster or slower in maturity. This is insane. Materials which promote the intoxicating effect of alcohol, that has obvious clandestine usages right there. Let's see. Materials which will produce the signs and symptoms of recognized diseases in a reversible way, so that maybe this has just got all sorts of. There's all sorts of really okay. What kind of legitimate purpose and use does any of this stuff have in a free society? Talking about substances.
You know what I'm thinking?
What
you
are
know
you
what I'm thinking about? Do you remember when Britney got a buzz cut? and then she grabbed a golf club and went to and started smashing DVDs. And do you remember that?
There's different kinds of
Do you remember
freakouts,
when
man.
Michael Jackson jumped up on top of the hood of a car and started going crazy?
Lots of celebrities have done insane things, and I mean, and it's alleged that a lot of these people are actually connected on a much better. It's a that's a
I think the
topic for another
primary
story.
application. I think the primary application of these programs is upon non-military people, and I think
This is the
that
type of stuff that basically, to me, allows people who are in power to retain power and keep it, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. This is why else do you want materials and physical methods to produce amnesia for events preceding and during the use? They're looking to produce shock and confusion in people. They want to be able to, this is just amazing. They're looking for any way of basically, when people say mind control, they really definitely mean that. I mean, because half of these things are they have uses for assassination. All I'm saying is that it really brings, once you look into this and you realize that this isn't some sort of a crazy conspiracy theory. This isn't a TV show. This isn't an episode of The X-Files or Stranger Things. That this is stuff that they actually did. It starts, you really have to look at reality through this prism here, that you can't trust entities that we've been taught to trust. And that's just how this world works, apparently. And brings us to another thing here, is that how far has this research actually crept in to our everyday lives? Because you got to think that the front companies that use this, like the front corporations that did a lot of this research, they kept notes on that research. This isn't stuff that just went straight to a government entity and was locked into a box. But this is stuff that they use for, making better commercials with, to sell better gadgets with, to you name it. I think that this is the type of thing that could even be used to sway entire markets, entire economies. This is the type of thing that you can use with basically with insider information. With this is the type of thing that you could really use to have an economic advantage over the competition.
It reminds me of Batman, the movie from 1989, starring Michael Keaton, where the Joker was using cosmetics to affect people's minds. Do you remember that? That was the big secret. That people were putting on lipstick and eyeshadow, and what they didn't know was that the Joker had used chemicals in that, and that's how he was killing people.
In Operation Midnight Climax, the CIA set up several brothels within agency safe houses in San Francisco, California, of course. Of course, it's San Francisco. The men were dosed with LSD, the brothels were equipped with one-way mirrors, and the sessions were filmed for later viewing and study. In other experiments, people were also given LSD without their knowledge. They were interrogated under bright lights with doctors in the background taking notes. They told subjects they would extend their trips if they refused to reveal their secrets. So they just kept on dosing people with LSD until they spilled the beans. The people under this interrogation were CIA employees, U.S. military personnel, and agents suspected of working with the other side in the Cold War. We're talking about long-term debilitation, and several deaths resulted from this. Heroin addicts were bribed into taking LSD with offers of more heroin. Oh, of course they were. This is so dirty. Oh, this is amazing. The type of stuff that just Wikipedia has, and the type of stuff you can see on the CIA website as well. This is just dirty. To me, well, any system that is so entrenched that they have the audacity to do this needs to be shown the light of day on this whole thing. I wonder if you got to remember, you're John Q. Public, your typical citizen. The guy next door probably has no idea about this kind of thing. He's just going into a brothel in San Francisco and One thing just leads to another. They also experimented with hypnosis quite a bit, Tom. Have you looked into any of that?
What I can guarantee you, Joel, is that what you're reading here about things that happened in San Francisco or happened to government employees, I guarantee you that was 1% of what they were doing outside United States borders to other people. I guarantee you 90+% of this happened in other people's countries.
That's amazing. They're talking about the Canadian
It is
experiments
not
here.
something that has been and it is not something that has been disclosed and probably never will be disclosed.
This is amazing.
You will have no idea of the havoc that has been done, and this was done outside the laws of the United States and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States. And that's why I will not even use the word government to connect it. These are crimes. These are crimes that were done without the knowledge. By the way, there wasn't people signing off on this.
No, it was this happening here. That's up on the screen here is actually talking about some experiments that happened in Canada and Vancouver, experimenting on patients with LSD without their consent, causing long-term damage. By the way, and being paid by the CIA over $600,000 to do it. That's just dirty. But it brings me back again to my point: is that this is information, this is knowledge that's dirty. I mean, there's no way to morally, explain any of this way. You can't justify any of this stuff. But again, I really don't think that it's just the government that had this information. I think that when these universities did these experiments, that they kept notes, and those notes are worth money. And I'm sure that those notes, in this research, the clandestine research would be sold off to giant corporations in order to sell more widgets. I think that's got to be part of it.
Yeah, I also don't believe that money, quote unquote, is the end game because, excuse me, people can print money.
It's power is what this is, Tom. Let's be realistic here. It's about power.
Money is a fuel. Money is like gasoline in the engine of the military-industrial complex. It is not the be-all, end-all. It's just an ingredient.
Well, tonight on the Shadowcast, it's not all just about the Wikipedia here. We're going to look into how this affected other things, like the worst infomercials ever. And like we've looked for evidence of the Mandela effect in those, we're going to look for evidence of MKUltra programming in the commercial sector. Tom, are you strapped in and ready for this? I hope our live chat's ready for this, because I know I am.
I believe many people in Hollywood are MKUltra bots.
Definitely.
Michael Jackson even thought that he had been selected for the MKUltra program. So many. By the way, what's his name? Alec Baldwin. He punched someone yesterday. I see celebrities snapping all the time.
I wonder who's putting LSD in his world, in his water.
You remember when what's her name? Anne Hesh walked into someone's house. There's always celebrities walking in people's houses, living in their attics.
Well, before we jump into this, let's say hi to the live chat real quick. Patrick Owens is in there. Stitcheroo. Avery Orchid. Bayarashi. Hey, Bayarashi. Bayarashi, thanks for the pizza money. Athena
Thank
Brightstar.
you so much. We're so silly. I can't believe people are still watching the show. We've been so silly, and they've been so patient.
So I want to say hi to them. If you guys have any questions in the live chat.
You're all such good friends. Thank you. Thank you. The show will get better. We are working on it. You're all such troopers.
All right. Well, Tom, I'm expecting to see some LSD-induced infomercialism here. Let's see.
The audience is our MKUltra bots.
Yeah, probably.
Hypnotism on them.
All right. Tom, I wish you could see this. Let me see if maybe I can. I need you to be able to see this. How am I gonna do this? I think I can share my screen with you.
Right.
Bear with us.
Wooga wooga. Chub yub.
Well, I thought there was a way for me to share my screen.
Yaga woogie.
Yaga woogie.
For all the
huh?
Ewoks in the audience.
Tom, I need to be able to show this to you. How do I do this?
Chub chub. You know what? I can use my MKUltra imagination to view it with you.
That's just not the same. 1 second here. I think I can. How did I do this before?
You know,
Oh, there we go.
Joel, I could see it when you pulled up the Wikipedia. I saw it fine.
Choose which screen I want to do. I think I have screen sharing already on. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm already seeing your Wikipedia and everything. Yeah, man, I can see that. You're good.
Yeah, let me get the let me get this thing up and going here. Tom, can you see that?
It went away.
Can you see that, Tom? Tom, do you see that?
Yeah, man. I see it.
All right, so you got that. Let's see. Make sure you can hear it. Can you hear that? Well, hey, there we go.
Tired of standing around? Want to get off your feet? Oh,
I want to get off my feet. There we go.
Folding chairs. How do you take a seat?
Tom, you got this all right?
Adam J here for the pocket chair. The convenient and compact chair.
Yeah,
that folds
pocket
up and fits
chair.
Right in your pocket. Lightweight yet heavy duty.
Oh,
the
hell
pocket chair
yeah.
opens in a snap and folds
Carry
up
your
with
chair
ease.
around in
Take
your
a seat
pocket.
Anywhere with the pocket chair. Don't get twisted up with complicated contraptions. You can sit anywhere with the pocket chair. Put one in your pocket.
I can always take a seat when I have the pocket chair.
Wouldn't you
Oh
love
my
a
God.
delicious
I don't know about that.
but are forced to settle for junk food instead? Introducing
Who's
Egg
forcing you
Wave,
to
the
settle
amazing
for-
new
Never
discovery
mind.
that lets you cook the fastest, healthiest eggs ever right in your microwave.
Oh my
Watch,
God.
it's so easy. Just crack open any size egg into Egg Wave. Snap on
You
the
need
lid,
that plastic
then
thing to
place
cook an
Wave in
egg.
any microwave.
Well, it's
In
very,
seconds,
very
you'll have
difficult
perfectly cooked
otherwise.
eggs. Just twist
And it's really messy,
serve.
too.
Uh-oh, frying in all that grease.
Live chat, how's this coming through? You guys see this all right?
Meals are expensive and loaded with preservatives. With Egg Wave, you can prepare all your favorite egg dishes fast and easy, right in your microwave.
What do you do if you get a spill like this all over your kitchen
Those eggs
floor?
look disgusting.
Tom, what do you do if you get a spill like that all over your kitchen floor?
I tell the maid to clean it up.
Yeah,
Get it
This
on
is
your
a whole
knees,
can of
woman.
you would, wouldn't you?
Soda. I'll tell you. You reach for the smart.
I tell the guy, hey, stop pouring that soda on my floor. Cut it out.
You made the mess. You clean it up.
Get the smart mop. It's a mop with a twist. It's safe for all surfaces, though.
Mop. Watch this. To wring it out, all you do is you lift.
I'd sit
and
back
you
in my
twist.
pocket
You
chair and
never bend
watch
your
him
back,
mop it
and
up.
Your hands never touch the dirty water.
And then I'd throw
Unwind it,
$5
drop
on the
it
ground
down,
and
you're
say,
ready
"Get
to
out
go.
of my house."
Now it's made of synthetic chamois, and it will hold and absorb up to 20 times its own weight in liquid. And the best part is,
Why not
it
just put a
doesn't drip.
synthetic
And to
chamois
prove it,
on
I'll
the
hold
end
it
of a
over my
butt
head.
stick?
Or, just like maybe not spill stuff on your floor purposefully. That's another good idea.
See? No
Just
drips.
wrap a
And
chamois
these
around a
tough
toilet
times,
brush,
bring it back
get
into
on
the
your
glass
knees, and clean it up.
This is a butt stick if you try hard enough, though.
You know, if you wanted to save money on a butt stick, just get one of those, and it
It's
rings
ready to
out.
drink all over.
Are you tired of
Just wring it out in the cup.
Hang on. We got another commercial here. It's like, are you tired? I think that's some MKUltra evidence right there. Because pretty much all these commercials are starting off with the same, are you tired? I wonder if that actually starts like some sort of a program in people's brains that they're just like puts them into buying mode when they hear those words.
Everyone's sick of the crap. Every
It's ready
day
to
people
drink
are
all
sick
over.
and tired, and
She looks like she's on LSD. Sorry, but she is. She just dropped acid and now she wants
looks
to
like
peel
her
a bunch of
husband
potatoes.
uses the butt stick and the potty putter. She hates life.
Are you tired of peeling potatoes? Stop!
Stop.
Introducing Handy Peel, the quick and easy
Oh,
way
no.
to prepare a meal. Pick a raw potato,
Oh,
hold
jeez.
under the water, then just
I can
rub,
think
peel,
of about
and
a
scrub,
half a
all
dozen
at the
things
same
wrong
time
with
for
that.
a pile of perfectly peeled potatoes. It's that easy.
Ugh.
The secret is the Handy
That's
Peel's
like a
molded
glove
rubbing
that
nubs
Freddy Krueger would
quickly and
have.
cleanly peel the skin.
That's medieval.
Instead of the old-fashioned tedious
That's like
peel,
something
peel,
from a horror
peeling,
movie,
stop
right?
with the painful slips. And look at all the waste. Get the Handy Peel and
That looks like so much
Look at
work.
all that
for the
wasted
meal.
potatoes.
Order your all-in-one rub, peel, and scrub Handy Peel for just
Handy
$10.
Who ordered the rub and tug?
Imagine a criminal breaking into your house and strangling you with those. Think that's gonna feel good? You think that's gonna tickle?
It's only $10, Tom. Hey, there's a phone number, 1-800-944-6516. If anyone wants to give them a call and order the Handy Peel, they're only $10. It's a good deal.
For just $10.
Probably got LSD inside
Make
of
a
them.
casserole with it.
All right, this looks pretty good here. She's wearing a wig, maybe? You think that's a wig? I think it's a wig. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Man with a wig on.
Here we go.
There's a new girl in town that
I don't think that's a girl.
can't keep a secret.
Don't forget our anniversary again.
And everything
The
you
secret is
say,
she's a
gonna repeat it.
transvestite.
Don't forget our anniversary again.
I would just grab that bird and throw it across the room. I'd be like, "Who
Oh
are
my
you?
God.
Who are you?"
Is this a real thing?
Okay, this is something I think needs to. Okay, this is obvious MKUltra programming
oh my
right here.
God. Can you imagine the dysfunction in that home?
So it's not enough for her it's not enough for this lady to nag her husband. She's got to have a crappy piece of plastic that she wasted his money on to buy. And then it's like, so this guy's been slaving in the coal mine for 16 hours. He comes home. He doesn't even get a chance to pull his jacket off first before this piece of crap is telling him, "Don't forget our anniversary again."
My God. The passive aggressiveness is off the chart.
Why would you
Can
use that?
Imagine the dysfunctionality in that family.
It's horrible. Live chat, if you have anything to say about this, speak your piece.
Oops.
Later that night, he punches her in the face.
Oops.
So have some fun with Chatty Patty. She's the parrot that talks back.
The parrot that talks back.
Chatty Patty uses a new sound.
I would take my Euro Club to
By
that
the way,
thing and beat
I'm
the
gonna
shit.
start. Joel, I'm voting that we start calling Patrick Owens Chatty Patty.
We could do that.
Just kidding. No, I'm joking.
I don't know about that, Tom. That'd be kind of mean. It's
I'm
got a
guessing
sound
they
sense.
didn't sell a bunch
Look,
of those.
If
I'm guessing that
if
that
Pat-
I don't think that was on the store shelves very long.
if Patrick ever gets himself a sound sensing microchip installed in his forehead, we'll talk about it.
Sound sensing microchip that instantly records
know,
your voice when you start talking.
Don't make me the broccoli.
I was watching a Dr. Stephen Greer lecture in which he said that there's more than 1 billion people on Earth microchipped with nanotechnology.
Well, now this kid is getting in on it. This kid is here's the thing. This is such a knowing what we know about the MKUltra project. This item is so potentially dangerous because I mean, what happens if it's actually programmed with somebody's code word? Like it's like
Or what if, a trigger word like Manchurian Candidate.
exactly.
Or what we know about demons and also deceased serial killers being able to possess dolls and children's toys. Would it be possible for a ghost to take control? Because we know that ghosts can operate and manipulate electronic devices.
Absolutely, and that's why
What would prevent a ghost from getting in that?
That's why advanced AI Android technology freaks me the heck out because think about that. That would be like the ultimate marionette, wouldn't it? All right. So this kid, this brat, this brat is getting in on it too. He's gonna use this to. What do you think he's gonna do? You think he's gonna use it to talk down to his dad again, or is that what he? Yeah, let's watch this.
I think he's gonna use it to mouth off to his mom.
Probably. Let's watch. He's got
to get bossy with his mom.
His mom
without
just
getting backhanded.
His mom just spent the money on the family car to get him braces there. Now he's gonna mouth off to her. Here we go.
But he'll use this thing.
Oh, he doesn't want to eat
And
the
in
bra.
real life, she would bitch slap him. His mom would bitch slap him across the room. But he's going to use this little thing to get away with it, right?
He thinks he's not going to eat the broccoli. Hang on.
Your voice when you start talking.
Don't make him eat the broccoli.
Then repeats what you say.
Don't make him eat the broccoli. Don't make him eat the broccoli.
She's so much fun, you'll laugh all day.
In real life, she would have punched him in the mouth.
Well, you were pretty. Well,
She would have beat him down.
You're so nice. Well, thank you. Well, thank
That lady must be really lonely.
Wow.
You know, some people sit there and they talk to their. Some people talk to their cats all day, right? Like they're real people. This lady's talking.
Security issues much.
You know, you got to think about too. Like, what's this thing transmitting to? I mean, I'm sure there's like a central computer that this parrot. This is Alexa before Alexa. I bet nobody really knew that this is like actually transmitting on a frequency back to some CIA server somewhere, and they're collecting information on anyone who's dumb enough to buy this.
It has a camera installed in there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're watching you walk around with your clothes off.
I know that's what I like to do is just enjoy myself a cup of coffee in the morning and then talk to a piece of plastic.
She'll give it back.
Well, you were pretty. Well, you're so nice. Well, you're so nice. Well, thank you.
You're literally talking to yourself, lady. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, thank you.
Today.
Oh, all right. Psychic Friends Network commercial. Here we go. I love this.
You'll find out what Dionne Warwick has to say about the Psychic Friends Network.
I needed this. I needed this. It's been a long weekend. I needed this right here, Tom. Oh, are you guys excited? I hope you guys are excited. Here we go. Psychic Friends.
Does Dionne Warwick look like Reverend Al Green in this commercial?
What kind of MKUltra programming is happening here with the Psychic Friends Network, I wonder? Let's watch.
I think that anyone watching this show can benefit from speaking to a psychic.
Meet Psychic to the Stars.
That
Linda
purple,
Georgia.
though.
Hear what one of
That's
our
a lot of
psychics
purple.
had to say about daytime TV's hottest.
It's a lot of hairspray.
Is this going to be the end of our relationship? I mean, is this going to ultimately destroy our... I asked her.
You asked for that?
Yeah.
Meet other soap opera stars.
Oh, man.
Who call
Whatever
Psychic
happened to
Friends Network.
Yasmin Bleeth?
Wrap
I haven't thought
Oh.
about her in 14, 15 years.
This is another one of my favorite products here. This is just... Oh, God. I'm just going to play this.
Up in the boyfriend body pillow. This boyfriend
What?
pillow is a soft and cozy body pillow that resembles a
Oh
torso
my
man
God.
with a comforting arm that cradles and holds you throughout the night. Feel safe and warm in his
boy.
embrace while comfortably
Wow,
resting.
wow.
I don't even know what to say about this one.
Okay, that's not probably a mentally healthy thing to do. I don't know. If you were talking to a psychiatrist, do you think they'd say, yeah, that's the way to go?
You know, I just want to take this time to rehash here what I said earlier in the show is that from here on out, I've decided to what to use the Patreon and donation money for is I will be scouring eBay for useless crap just like
do
this.
not go to bed with that thing. Joel, no.
And
that will end. No.
I got to review it,
That
Tom.
will end badly.
I have to review it.
Joel, I don't think I could be comfortable around you again knowing that you went to bed with that thing. That might be my jumping off point where I had no.
Well,
I
I'm
could
not.
never look you in the eye again, Joel. By the way, I'm worrying about just even the actress in this commercial. That can't be good for your mental health.
Patrick Owens in the live chat has a good point. He says it's like you're sleeping with the chunk of your boyfriend's mutilated body. And
oh, wow.
I think that's a very profound statement, actually. Very profound.
Yeah, you may need to reboot your life if you think this is the solution.
Tom, I mean, come on, be nice. I mean, think about a lot of women. You know, their husbands, they're gone from home. Maybe their husband's like an oil worker or like a trucker or something, and they're gone from the house for a couple weeks at a time. Maybe they just need a boyfriend pillow. And
here's a suggestion: read a book before you go to bed. Watch some TV, or have a cup of tea. Don't do this. Don't do it.
if I've ever seen possible MKUltra programming, it's this right here.
Oh, this is it. Oh, totally.
Resting your head on his chest. You will love how comfy and warm this body pillow is, and you will love the way he wraps around you and holds you all throughout the night. Log on to our website.
I'm ordering it. I'm ordering it right now. Hang on. 1-800-894-0173. Here we are. We're doing
Wait,
this.
that's Tony Prime's phone number.
Shh.
Wait, what's going on here?
894-0173. I'm calling that right now. Here we go. I want a body pillow.
Wait, there should be a head on the top with Alec Baldwin's face on it, though, right?
Thank you for calling Deluxe Comfort and AB Marketers. If you know your party's extension, please enter it now. Or press 8 for the name directory. For customer service, press 1. For wholesale orders, press 2.
Customer service.
Tell them you want one for free.
Yeah, I'll tell
them.
them.
Review the product.
Exactly, that's what I'll do. This might take a while. This is the worst hold music I've ever heard.
Joel, hang up. Don't
All right,
do this.
fine.
Or call to order this boyfriend body pillow.
If you own an iPod, iPhone, or digital video player.
If you own an iPod, an iPhone, or a digital video player,
wow.
and you've ever wanted
This
to just
keeps
like
getting worse.
stick it to your hat.
Oh my God.
I mean, props.
It's a hat.
It's a personal theater,
bill.
okay? It's a personal theater. I wonder what she's watching.
A personal theater in the bill of your cap.
I like it. I
While
like
you're
this.
sunbathing in Tahiti.
I feel like I should review this. I should get this.
Then you need TV hat. Private, portable, and hands-free.
So the person is sitting on a
TV hat
tropical
provides a
beach
motion
and
picture
they're
experience.
looking at their iPhone in their hat.
But it gives them this kind of a theatrical experience, Tom.
Absolutely anywhere.
I wonder how many people, like, okay, this guy clearly should be driving.
Wait, he's driving?
He shouldn't be watching this thing. He should be driving. He should have his eyes on the road instead of in the movie theater.
And he's drinking coffee? How does that work?
Maybe it's not coffee. Maybe it's LSD.
That's a large thermos. How's he going to get it under there, though?
He should have a straw. You know, somebody should get that guy a straw. Yeah.
Or he needs that bib.
I'm telling you, yeah,
episode.
the slob stopper? Yeah, the slob stopper was good. You know what? I could see using this theater with the butt stick though. I could see that happening.
I think this guy's already doing too much.
Yeah,
I think he's living life to the fullest right now.
I think he should just hang up and drive.
Getting through a long
He is
commute,
enjoying
you
life
need
a
TV
little
hat.
too much.
Great for taking on the road.
That's what I like to do. I like to get out in the great outdoors and then put on a sensory deprivation hat and just sit in my own. Exactly, just sit in my own little theater. Get drunk as hell.
That's
and
when
just,
you hate your family.
Yeah, that's when you want to tune out. That's sad.
And when used with your iPod or iPhone.
Oh my God! I wonder how many people died because of this product.
TV Hat is an exciting virtual reality gaming experience.
Wait, he's doing a flight simulator with his hat?
Mm-hmm. It's exciting, especially when you're drunk.
He's supposed to be at work.
What's
he was
this guy
sitting in
doing?
his office.
Yeah, I mean, this is very photoshoppable here, right here. I like this. He should have like a bottle of whiskey in each hand. I feel like.
TV Hat is an exciting virtual reality gaming experience.
So
Telling you, Tom.
He is neglecting his job and doing a flight simulator with the hat.
I'm telling you, man. We ever get some of that sweet Patreon money ever again? I'm totally gonna get a butt stick. I'm gonna get a slob stopper. I'm gonna get a potty putter. I'm gonna do it all, man.
Use the potty putter for the butt stick.
Exactly.
Put a rag on the end of it.
I'm doing it. I'm digging it.
What? What are you doing?
I'm bringing it.
He's digging around power lines.
It's the Q-ray effect. Say hello to the able-bodied, alive and kicking, bright-eyed, in the pink, and just plain chipper. Just some of the 1
It's
million
in the
people
pink?
who
It's
wear
because
the
it's-
Is that even an
Q-ray
expression?
wellness bracelet.
Wait a minute.
The power of
What?
positive thinking people who wear a Q-ray wellness bracelet. The power of positive thinking.
Was one of their
and doing.
catchphrases, it's
So
in the
become
pink?
the absolute, undeniable, no-holds-barred best you can be. Can a simple
It's infused with LSD.
Why are they playing Christian contemporary music in the background?
Because it's infused with LSD.
bracelet actually turn your life around? Yes, we're positive.
They're playing Christian
Q-ray.
pop hits in
Q
the
for
background.
positive.
Oh my God. You know what though? I think I could review that. I think I should do that because, you know that hang on. Let's back up here a little bit because really I think this is the cure-all. You know, because it's like it doesn't really say like what it cures you of. Like, what if you're a raging alcoholic or something, or what if you've got like stage 4 pancreatic cancer? You know, or you're just having like a really bad day. I mean, I have nothing but good days myself, so I couldn't really sympathize with these guys.
They should have called it the placebo bracelet.
Exactly, but with more LSD. I really should get one of these things and just see how it turns my life around. Like, what if your life is really good already? Like, what does it do to you then? I don't know. I just think this is obviously some. Look, this has got MKUltra all over it, Tom. This guy's on LSD.
Why are they holding balloons?
It's happy.
Can a simple bracelet actually turn your life around?
I don't know.
We're positive. Q-Ray. Cue the positive.
It's horrible.
I remember back in the late 1980s, there was a pyramid scheme that was selling those bracelets. Those bracelets have been around a long time.
All right.
There are people that have boxes of them sitting in their garage that they were going to sell to their friends and make a fortune.
Tom, our number one commercial tonight is selling to the middle-aged mom who hates her life and is overweight because she eats ice cream by the pint and sits back and wonders why she's so unhappy. But this solution is just at your fingertips. I think that there's going to be a 1-800 number here, and I think that people should definitely order whatever this is. Here we go.
To losing weight, everybody knows the hardest part is burning calories. But did you know jumping rope burns more calories
Oh, hell yeah.
in less time than virtually any other exercise? So why is
I want to review this. I want to review this. Jumping rope is too hard.
Wait, is that an imaginary jump rope?
This is the jump snap. This is the ropeless jump rope because jumping rope is just too hard.
The world's first and only ropeless jump rope system. Without the rope to trip you up, now you too can train like a pro. No matter what your age.
I'm all over this.
Do the boxer shuffle.
We get some Patreon money, and I'm going to do the boxer shuffle.
Crisscross and get the same fast, fat-burning results just like the pros. Unlike the
Wait, what does it do?
It need a lot of space. Jump during the commercial.
It just makes a jump rope sound. What is it doing?
Back in your skinny jeans and
It,
turning heads in your new dress faster than you ever imagined.
I don't know, Tom. I feel like I'm full of more questions than when we started.
Okay, so are you holding like two salt shakers that have a little speaker that makes a jump rope sound? Was that the thing? Didn't see what it was doing.
I'm not really sure what this was, Tom. What did we just watch? I don't know what this is.
I think a lot of people got refund on that one. I'm guessing there was a lot of unhappy customers.
Bayarashi has a good one. She says that there's no advertising standards agency in America. I don't know. Apparently not.
I don't know what that is, so no.
The CIA probably wrote the rules.
Standards and Practice Bureau.
Well, Tom, I feel like I've learned something here tonight. I don't know about you guys. I hope that our live chats learned something here. And that's just that literally you can't trust anything. The water that you drink could have LSD in it.
Except Midwest Shadows.
Exactly. You should get your news here.
Always trust Joel and Tom. Everyone else, no.
Yeah, pretty much. Tom, I'm looking forward to our Tom, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to our project at the end of the month. I'm so looking forward to this.
Well, that's top secret.
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we got something we're working on, and just it's gonna be good.
You don't want to let the cat grab the power cord and unplug it.
Everyone's gonna have such a good time. I know I will.
Lots of great stuff coming in the future. Thanks for plugging in, everyone. Thanks for staying tuned. We have some great episodes in store. Loads of fun. And hope you can join us again because we're going to be having a blast. By the way, we're going to be having guest stars. We're going to be having all sorts of adventures, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss out.
Absolutely, guys. Watch out for LSD in your chicken McNuggets. Watch out for LSD in your water. Watch out for LSD in your air. It's everywhere.
And watch out for people cutting your LSD with baking soda.
Look out for brothels in San Francisco.
Buy it on the street.
Don't go to brothels in San Francisco. Just don't do it.
Not the way to go. Just buy the human pillow thing we saw.
And
don't go to San Francisco.
Don't just pour your drink on your kitchen floor, expecting someone with a mop to come around and be like, "Oh, I'll get this," because someone could slip and fall, and nobody needs that. It's unnecessary. You don't have to hurt people to sell a mop.
My pillow.
Yeah, get your boyfriend pillow.
Get your human pillow.
Yeah.
Just spend the night and just get into bed with that.
Look, guys, we can spend your money better than you can. So if you want to go ahead and hook us up on that Patreon, click the link down below. We promise that we're going to buy as much useless crap as possible off of these infomercials and actually research and look into how the practical use for the typical U.S. consumer works out for you. We'll let you know how it works out. I'll get myself.
I'm just throwing this out there. You could just get a regular pillow and put a guy's shirt on there, and it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
just go to Goodwill and buy a man's shirt and put it on a pillow.
I could also just cut the top off of a normal golf club and pee into that, but I don't think it'd be the same effect as actually having a real, legitimate Euro club. Tom, I know. Look, guys. Live chat, you guys are very generous people, and Christmas is coming up. So like I said, if that's something you want to do, you could look forward to us actually reviewing this useless crap here right on YouTube for you guys. I want to thank everyone for being along tonight. Look out for the CIA glow. Look out for the glow-in-the-dark CIA guys, and
chub.
Hit them with your car. That's all I got to say. So
Ewok power.
I feel like I feel like tonight's episode has just left us with more questions than we ever have answers. And I do think that the one thing we have learned is literally look out for LSD and,
And a woman may look normal and she may be eating to a plastic parrot in her house.
That's true. I was going to say look out for,
when you go out in public, you need to know a certain percentage of people are talking to an imaginary parrot and using an imaginary jumping rope in the privacy of their home. So
and syphilis. Look out for syphilis. Yeah, it's everywhere.
They have that.
Yeah, don't go to the hospital. Don't go to any university or college because it's all a CIA front. And if you do, you're taking your lives in your own hands, and you'll probably catch syphilis with LSD.
You know what? Be on the safe side, and just get the MyPillow. Stay at home.
Yeah, and
your potty putter.
Yeah,
sit on the potty with your potty putter.
And when you're feeling alone, exactly. I think that's a good idea. I think we could. You know what, Tom? That's probably a good idea for a commercial for like an actual show. Like review all these products using them together. You know what I mean?
Well, if the My Pillow Man came to life because of a serial killer's ghost and he goes and starts using the potty putter and then you wake up during the night and you see the human pillow.
Probably.
Walking around.
Well, guys, it's been fun hanging out with you. We'll see you. You want to do a podcast next week? We're trying to make this a weekly thing. It's at least going to be a bi-weekly thing. But
I want to do a potty cast.
Yeah, so, guys, keep your butt sticks handy and don't do anything with your potty putter that I wouldn't do. We love you, everyone, over there in the live chat. You guys have been so much. You guys. Look out for the CIA guys. They're everywhere. And good luck. Good luck.
Keep a gun under your My Pillow, man. Keep a gun in your bed. All right, guys.
This is the worst show we've ever done.
Night, everyone.
This is the worst. This is just.
Sorry for tonight's show, everyone. This was a new low. New low.
I'm okay with it.
Better next time.
I mean, I had a good time,
Just
Tom.
kidding.
But
hey, the audience makes all of this possible. We had a great time hanging out with you guys. This has been terrific.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. And be here next time, and it'll be just it'll be as much of a it'll be a great experience like it always is. So we thank you guys for tuning in, and it's been fun. So I guess we'll see you next time when we talk about another a gripping subject, and we somehow tie it into the worst infomercials ever. But it's just something that we have to do so you guys don't have to. So it's important work, and someone's got to do it.